There was one Graham watching.
Hi, everybody. Where he does that.
Yeah, I did that.
Welcome to the post-credit
I'm good for
show.
that.
It is still December 3rd, 2016. Welcome back.
We are Christmas.
Hooray.
Christmasing. We have Christmas. It is in the month of December.
It is.
It's official.
Now is the time to Christmas things.
It is now
I can
officially.
plug,
Christmas.
I can plug the lights in that I put up last month.
They're still outside.
You can put out your tree that you had up when.
Okay.
There's a reason for it, but I just.
We set stuff up early so that we could enjoy it for December, but we can actually turn everything on now without looking like crazy people. That's the
Too
key. Well, yeah.
Well, I think
nuts for how long.
I think she wanted to make sure you guys had enough lights, though. That was the main thing.
That was the one night where we set up the tree.
That was the main thing.
Yes, that was just to set up the lights. But our Christmas tree went up about 2.5 weeks ago.
Yes.
As with actual decorations in its place,
Yeah,
like
all
all
stuff.
done up, except, and we've turned it on because it's really pretty. But you look like a crazy person. Now you can turn it on and be like,
Now, normal crazy people.
now we can just enjoy it. Yeah. So that was our.
I'd
We
never
wouldn't have
take
time
it down.
otherwise to. I know, and it'll be February before it comes down.
That's a secret.
Of next year.
Yeah.
Just don't
Yeah,
take it out.
2018.
That's
Just don't
2018.
take it out. Just don't take it down. That's the secret.
Yeah.
Just have a big enough closet where you can just like.
They
Slide
just
it
add
all in
stuff
there.
to it every year.
Exactly.
Exactly.
I know some people who do that.
I can see that.
So-
I can believe it.
Either who.
Anyway.
Welcome.
Anyways.
Yes, if you're listening to this, I'm Nick.
I'm Tony.
I'm Chris.
I'm Brian.
And the post-credit show is all about what we've been playing, what we've been watching, what we've been doing.
Yes. If you want to hear about what we were talking about on the news, go check out the newscast.
Yes,
It was just before this one.
it will be. So go to our YouTube channel or go to our
Facebook,
Facebook or anything else. and
iTunes,
You'll see the thing that
G-
says, hey, newscast.
Gplay,
Yeah.
that kind of thing.
Google Plus.
Vine,
Not Jeep.
apparently.
I want to no Vine this week. No
You're not
Vine.
vining it? You're tired of me making fun of you for vining?
No,
Is that it?
no. I actually want to do stuff with it later on. We'll
Oh,
do it.
no.
We'll use it. We'll use it
Oh,
for.
wonderful.
We'll use it for nefarious purposes at some point.
Live pooping.
I didn't say it had to be good nefarious.
Hashtag.
Live poops. Welcome, gentlemen. Now that we've gotten poops out of the way, we can really start the show.
So glad that's
I got that off my chest.
I'm feeling that for a week now.
Every once in a while.
Brian,
Yes.
you're a newcomer.
Yes.
For
What have you been up
this
to?
new news.
What I've been up to?
Yeah.
What have you been doing? What have you been playing? What have you been watching? What have you been...
Experiencing.
So I haven't started The Walking Dead. My fiance and I have just started The Walking Dead.
Like season 1?
Yeah.
Like
Wow.
the show. Like the show.
All
The
right.
show.
Wow. How many
So-
seasons is it on right now? Though?
6 straight now?
Yeah.
And
Because we heard about some crazy guy in
Yes.
Yeah.
the new season. So
Negan.
Negan.
who's
Negan.
also
Supernatural Winchester.
Yeah.
Basically.
yeah.
Yes.
So we started watching that. I guess we're on the 3rd season now. So we're
Wow.
Okay,
wow.
so
That's
you
a
got past the pretty bad parts then.
So you got
Yeah.
past episode 1.
Yeah.
That's where I'm
That's
still
Well,
at.
season 2 is where it kind of.
Season
Really?
2
Because I
is-
fall asleep during episode 1.
Season 1 was okay.
He
Season
put-
2
I
went way
enjoyed-
down, and then it does
Okay.
pick
Yeah.
back up.
He wakes up and gets to a tank.
Yeah.
That's it.
There's more to it.
The hospital
Nope,
scene was
not
pretty
for
cool.
Nick.
Yeah.
The hospital scene in the first episode was cool, and that's what hooked me for a little bit. And then
He got to the tank.
Yeah.
And I fell asleep.
I just could care less with the story. I finished season 1.
I've tried that show
Oh, you guys.
5 times. That tank?
It's a pretty thin show, I will admit. But
Yeah.
Oh.
apparently a lot of the story stuff happens. There's a reason why it's on season
It's
6.
not bad.
Yeah.
I like it.
I know. It's
And that, like...
how are
play-
you enjoying it though?
I'm
Yes.
enjoying it. I played all the Telltale games, but it's nothing like the Telltale games.
No,
No,
Telltale games are more
absolutely.
based off the
They're-
comic.
The comics, yeah.
Yeah, you played the games. I don't remember one call back to it. The
No, I
show.
won't.
There's Glenn.
Glenn shows up for a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, for the
That's
first
There's
about
episode,
a,
right?
there's a farm, but
Yeah, the farm plays.
and
But they're completely
Herschel
different.
is there.
yeah.
But it's nothing like
Nothing like the.
what it was.
So have
That's
they-
what I was expecting to show.
So have they?
I won't say anything, but
Have
that's
they
what I was
s-
expecting.
Have
to
they
show.
said that the games officially don't really follow the show?
All they said was there was
'Cause I
going
know
to be
that was-
interaction between.
Because I know that was Graham's big thing when he played the game.
Yeah.
Is because he's like, I read the comics, I know how this works, I know this
Yeah.
is the decision I need
Yeah.
to do.
Yeah,
But-
he's doing the opposite now with Batman, where he knows absolutely nothing.
Probably the better way to lower expectations.
What?
Well, because like Walking Dead, you do the comics, you're you think certain things are going to happen,
Yeah.
and it's not going to.
And I
The
think
only
you're gonna
thing
get that from
it doesn't
everything,
pay
though.
off.
The only thing that gets to Graham about the show is they don't take the risks that the comic takes, where the comic will be like, this character needs to die now because his story's done or her story's
Yeah.
done, and they kill them. On the TV show, it's like, they're too popular for the TV show, we don't want to lose viewers, so we're not going to kill them. Whereas Game of Thrones will
Wait till you
knock
get
those
to
people
wait
off.
till you get to the new season.
But that's-
regardless of their
The
popularity.
new season, he watched it because he was like, if they don't do this right, I'm going to be mad.
It was a
They
little weird.
made him happy.
But I mean, I've only watched like 3 episodes in the season, but it's not me right now. It's Brian.
Yes.
Oh,
So,
But it's a good show so far. You guys are on the Netflix, right? I'm assuming. 'Cause
Yes,
I think
yes,
first
yes.
4 or 5 seasons are on Netflix.
Yes.
yeah.
Because the Netflix usually
I think
does like the last
4 for
episode.
sure. 5 might be.
Yeah.
is there a tank?
Yes.
No
Yes.
more tanks. Oh wait. There might be
Probably
one
is
more
one more
tank.
tank.
Oh.
I'm
There
not
might be a few
sure.
tanks.
I can't remember. I think there might be one more tank.
There's a lot of episodes of Walking Dead to figure out which episode which has tanks.
Which one has tanks in it?
Put a tank tag in it.
Yeah.
Tag.
Game wise, Pokemon Sun.
Yes. I think we've talked about that ad
been good.
nauseum here, but
Yeah.
All your
What are you?
results.
How do you
I'm
like
not
Pokemon
complaining.
Sun?
I quite enjoy it.
Yes.
I like.
where are you in the game right now?
Oh, I'm still pretty early in the game. I just went to the second island.
Okay.
So.
I just hit Fourth Island.
I did
Yeah.
too. That was a weird story bit.
Yeah.
That got weird. That got
Got
really
weird?
weird.
Okay.
You're really,
gotta
it's
keep my
a nice
eyes.
change, but I didn't expect that.
Good
So-
weird?
Spoiler
Yeah,
alert, Brian.
Spoiler alert.
It gets
We won't
really
talk
weird.
about
Weird happens.
Yes, it's the first Pokemon game with a actual story to follow. So
Yeah.
if you've already
That's what I like
if you've
about
caught
about this is because I didn't play
Ruby Sapphire or
X and Y.
X and
I
Y.
just play X
Oh,
and Y. I don't
yeah,
know what
X
that
and-
was like.
X and Y was real good.
But I like
Yeah.
how it's away from like just gyms.
yes,
Yeah,
Not-
this one.
that's a
this
nice
one
fresh
is-
take on it all.
It's quite
Going
fresh.
after the Kahunas.
You don't have. There's no like grind to be like the next town is the next
exactly,
gym kind of thing.
Exactly.
It's
And then
There's
people
also-
show up and just give you essentially badges. 'Cause
Yeah.
The badges are now
The crystals.
the Z crystals. But you fight someone and they're like, "Good job, have the Z crystal," and you're like,
Yeah.
"Seriously, you were one of my challenges? All
Yeah.
right, what
All
up?"
right.
and some of them will be like, you showed me this Pokemon. Here's the matching Z crystal.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I have the one for Raichu now.
Oh, so they give
I
you
have to find the
the
TM for
Z
that.
crystal based on.
Not all of them. Not all
Oh,
of them.
so like I ran into a lady and
Yeah.
she goes, "Did you know that Raichus and
Oh.
Alola are different than all over the world?"
And then
I'm
she
like,
automatically-
"Yes." And then she goes, "If you show me one, I have something for you."
Yeah.
So I have to go back to my
So-
PC, get them
Get it
out.
right.
Oh, see, I
Raichu.
have my Raichu. My Raichu's top tier right now.
Well, I have my I'm using my Graveler as my electric Pokemon, so he's my rock electric guy. So I have him, and I'm like, well,
Oh, so
having like a house full of electric people is not going to
Yeah.
be of any help. So I'm like,
Oh,
I
see,
keep-
my Snorlax has got a rock move, so I'm good there.
oh, and I don't have Snorlax anymore. I got him evolved, and I'm like, back in the PC with you.
Oh man, he's so good.
My Munchlax still hasn't evolved yet.
You gotta get
Oh,
some-
That's
There
based
are-
on friendliness.
There are too many Pokemon that are now based on how friendly they are towards
Yes,
you
they are.
before they evolve. It's driving me absolutely.
Crobat, Graveler, Pichu, Munchlax.
Starting to get a little ridiculous.
Well, I thought Graveler was
Graveler's trading, isn't it?
trading.
Did I say Graveler? No, yeah, Graveler you trade. Sorry.
Meowth.
Oh, yeah,
Meowth is now
Meowth.
friendly. No, you gotta evolve him at night.
No.
In the day in the nighttime. Yeah.
I don't know.
Isn't that
Oh,
how it works?
No.
The new Meowth,
Yeah, when I looked online, it's a friendly thing.
but it has to be at night then.
I don't know.
Because
Has
I
to
know
be
that's
friendly
what
at
it was.
night.
Friendly. Espeon,
It could be mean
Umbreon,
during the
Magby,
day.
Cleffa,
Yeah.
Igglybuff. I could go on forever.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm just like,
There's a
'cause
ton of them that do.
I'm trying to evolve all
happiness.
the guys I have now.
And it's very specific because happiness is different than affection.
yes.
Yeah.
It's so different. 'Cause
Can you see how happy they are?
there is
There's
an
a person
NPC
that checks for you.
on the third island.
Oh, on the third island. Okay.
Yeah, on the third island, there's a and because it's right next to the person that will do the massaging that makes it your Pokemon more friendly.
I see.
But again, been there since forever.
This game is turd.
There's no
Really
happy
weird.
endings here. So
But I like the Alola forms.
yes,
It's a nice freshness.
I love that.
Yeah.
shit.
It's a lot fresher.
yeah, because Nick and I were talking like we were excited to catch a Grimer. We don't know why.
I'm still using Muck.
It's
Yeah.
so colorful.
Drugs.
It's called garbage. They eat garbage.
There's
That's what's transformed.
there is a garbage Pokemon already. Please.
Yeah.
Well, these ones, maybe they eat those ones.
I want to see I want to see a Muck versus a Garbodor.
I've had that fight.
That sounds like a really slow fight. Actually.
Yeah. What else? More Heroes of the Storm.
Yeah.
But
Why?
unfortunately, I have no friends to play with.
No,
This is
you
why-
just haven't had time. And
Yeah.
I think
well, that's okay. I've been also
don't think
like
I
we're
can
gonna
for
plan
this.
another big one.
Yeah,
I think.
that'll be
So,
good. So
because we still haven't. We still have until what January? What ish?
Yeah, like end of January or something.
And
That's
so I
That
have
one's fine.
2
Yeah.
full off
But he's
weeks.
electric now.
I don't like
next
that,
week,
though.
so
Why?
assuming it gets
Everything's getting
Well,
so mixed up.
Approved
now.
by,
They
yeah.
have
we'll
reasons
do it.
for
Yeah.
We'll do it.
There.
Forced vacation.
Woo.
Anyways,
2-second
What
conversation.
else? That's about it.
yeah.
That's about it. Yeah.
Any movies?
Saw Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them.
How do you enjoy it?
I thoroughly enjoyed it.
By the
I
way,
really liked
Amira
it.
would like to.
I'm good.
I really
You're
like
good?
that movie.
You don't want to see it? It's a good movie.
I'll see it eventually.
And I'm excited because they're
It's a good movie.
doing five movies.
Yes.
Yes, we had
Yes.
special
We
week.
yes.
5 of them.
But I'm hearing
Five
something
of them.
different about that now. It's someone from my work is saying it's not 5 movies based off Fantastic Beasts. There might be 3 based off Fantastic Beasts and 2 more that
They're just
come
doing
from different books that were
Ooh.
mentioned in Harry Potter that
Nah,
Hermione
sure.
read or stuff
Sure.
like
I
that.
like that.
I just
So
want
just-
a Quidditch movie. Like, just redo the Mighty Ducks.
But
With
with
Quidditch.
Quidditch.
Yeah.
That's actually not a bad idea.
They're a down and out team, you know, playing in a really
That was
like
Gryffindor
beaten up
before Harry
pat,
shows up.
but like legitimate, like they're playing in a really beat up.
Hufflepuff.
Yes, top tier.
All the movies
They're
that
the
come
joke
out,
of the entire.
all the movies that come out from here on in are
Hufflepuff.
based on Hufflepuff characters.
Fantastic Beast is based off of the Newt is a
Yeah.
Hufflepuff. So.
Yeah.
That's, they're,
So
they're
we're gonna watch.
always
Yeah, I hear
yeah.
it's
coming in last.
Great
I just
finders.
I love like cryptozoology. So like I like the just the cool creatures and all that stuff. But anyways, that's it.
Cool.
Excellent.
Go ahead, John. Me?
Unless you have 0 to talk about.
Well, I have some, but not much.
Go nuts.
Sure,
Nuts.
it's been a PBR type of week.
What have you been catching up on?
My Arrow, Flash, and
Yeah.
Legends, and some Supergirl.
Yeah.
It's
Are you enjoying them all?
yes,
Mhm.
I am so glad to be finally caught up to current seasons, except for Supergirl. But it's now I can start going into some of the more things I'm hearing about.
So it's just Supergirl you're behind then, right? Or-
Yeah, I'm only on episode 3 of Supergirl right now.
Okay. And
Season 1.
like the Flash, you're caught
Flash
up.
is Flash. They're up to season. Like
Oh, so you haven't started season.
I
3.
just finished the finales,
So you haven't started season 3
No.
of Flash. Season
but I know
5
what
of
happens in Flash, and I'm
Okay.
kind of excited
Cool.
for
Yes.
that to happen.
Excellent.
Arrow,
You mix.
yeah, we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
And then Legends, I don't know even what to expect from this anymore. So
Yeah. That's
Whatever they want.
Whatever. Time
Kind of-
travel.
There was a little surprising thing I didn't really expect to happen in the first season. So we'll see. But now I have to stream all those because I think I've been over this. No.
What?
Does it involve?
No.
Oh.
None of the first season of Legends of Tomorrow features any.
Yes, it does.
Yeah, it does.
Does
The
it?
first episode does.
I'm trying to remember what that first episode was now. It's been a long time.
White Canary is from Arrow.
Oh, yeah, that kind of stuff. Oh, I thought you meant like.
He's in the first episode too.
I just can't remember. It's been a long time. That last week was kind of a mismatch.
With the crossover.
It was kind of big.
blended together.
It really was. We can talk a little later, but it was.
I don't know. I know what it's about.
We'll leave and they can.
Well, I'm not quite up there, but
I think I'm the only one that's actually caught up. on
Okay,
all of
we'll
them.
all leave and Tony.
I can just talk to you guys. Man, those episodes are great.
Tony will just sit right here and be like, anybody? Anybody out there?
Anyone caught up?
so yeah, it's. and
They are
then-
good though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's.
Supergirl gets much better in season 2.
Well, that's
I don't
because the WB or the CW
It
takes
feels like
over.
a super light version of Flash.
That's
To
fine.
me.
I'm fine with that.
But
I
that's
don't
what
know.
they all are. The Flash is just a super light version of Arrow.
Yeah, that's true. What would you consider Legends then?
A
Weird.
really weird show.
It is a very weird show.
They take all the characters, side characters from all the things that you're going, huh? And they go, make them into, and they stick them with one of Doctor Who's assistants, who's now a time traveler himself, and they travel through time.
He has experience.
It's so
He
meta.
does.
It's so meta.
I'm sitting there and I'm like, I recognize you from somewhere. And then I'm on IMDb and it's like Doctor Who. I'm like, oh, Rory, duh.
There's
Traveled with the Doctor for, it's almost like if they threw David Tennant in there and I'd be like, I know you.
You've done this before.
I feel like that would have been like
That's
the
on your
best thing when he was
David
talking.
Tennant as a villain.
Or any, like even the time, like at the first
Time.
episode, he's talking to all the time wizards or whatever they
They're
are.
all,
Time
all the
Masters.
They're all the
doctors are there.
doctors.
It's the Time Masters, yes.
So they're not actually time masters; they're just doctors.
Doctors.
The Time Lords.
They're just time lords. Yep. And that's how it all.
It's all connected. It's all connected.
Wait, that's the Marvel thing.
That's fine. They're doing DC's doing better than Marvel right now.
Hey now, Ghost Rider. Oh, connecting thing? Yeah, connecting stuff. They're doing better.
Yeah, play a little more Modern Warfare. Just a couple levels.
Yeah. It's still good.
Ready to throw the controller sometimes.
Are you doing the hardcore stuff like
No.
that? No.
Well, yeah, it's still on
Oh.
the hardest mode. So it's stand up, get shot 3 times, and you're dead.
Just 3?
No,
thought
it
it
might
was
be less than that. But
I was
it's
gonna say like 1 would be. I thought they just
you
auto.
can
aimbot
kind of
you.
hear a when you get shot, so it's like a quick stand up.
Oh.
Well,
And-
'cause they have it on
oh,
burst
okay.
mode. Yeah.
Like,
I
oh, great.
thought the anime AI just had aimbots on hard.
And then it does. Like, it's on hard mode. It does, and then the level I just passed. Oh, by the way, go shoot down this helicopter. It's like, oh, cool! It's been shooting at me all level. I'm gonna just go step out. That's cool.
Yeah.
While at the same time,
Oh, yeah.
no pressure.
And it's on hard, so all you have is the knife.
You have
Oh,
to
yeah,
take
rocket-
knife versus
Helicopter.
Rocket. Yes.
Yeah.
You got to put the knife
Throw it.
in the rocket launcher, and then you shoot the knife at the pilot.
That'd be the best. You find the rocket launcher, you're like, thank God. It's like, there's no ammo.
Damn it.
Like Minecraft. It's like Minecraft.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fallout. What else can I shoot from this gun?
And then I downloaded Mad Max and
Mhm.
the Borderlands game from Telltale. I'm hoping to get into that sometime soon. Probably Mad Max
Mhm.
first.
Yeah.
I heard it's a pretty decent game.
Yes, I have heard.
And they were cheap because it was Cyber Monday.
Yeah, they had some pretty killer deals on
Yeah.
the PlayStation Store and Xbox Store.
I thought about buying No Man's Sky.
Don't.
I saw it too. I was
Well,
very tempted.
And only because I did, like, they finally released all the news for that
Yeah.
update. And I went,
Maybe.
they put a lot of stuff because the freighters are in now.
Yes. And you can build your own freighter.
Build your own
But
freighter. you
they
can
were
build
pretty
your own
specific on the
base, you can
trailer.
build your
Yeah.
own- yeah.
They're very specific in that freighter trailer where it's like it's gonna take a lot of resources, and I'm like that makes sense to me.
And I'm
Yeah.
okay with that.
So-
Like, if it's something you work towards in the game, I'm all right with
I've
that.
built half
But-
this corridor, but I'm out of money.
That's what I've been doing in Planet Coaster.
Half a trade.
So you left
Half a
last
roller
week.
coaster.
You left last week. Oh, and that's what happens. Yeah. And then we picked up Graham, and
Yeah.
we looked at my park,
Park.
and it was like, you know, these guys are like, "How long did this take you?" And it's like 12 hours.
And then we go see other ones.
And then we go see other parks, and you're just like, "Whoa!" But there's a difference,
2
obviously,
days.
between sandbox mode and you know
Free.
the career mode.
Yeah, the career mode.
Not quite career mode. It's not challenge mode, isn't it called?
It's called it's career mode.
Yeah.
They're idiots. It's career mode. You start with a certain set of money. You must
Mm-hmm.
build a park, make a profit, build more park.
Yeah.
Career.
challenging.
Advertise.
Challenging.
Do all the yes.
It's challenging.
And then every once in a while it does. It gives you challenges. So build a roller coaster that is so long. I would if I had the money.
It's all about that
It's just a
money.
roller coaster that's doing like
Yes.
this.
There's no
Fire.
exit. There's no exit. It's just just they're going in
constantly
circles.
going.
And then thankfully we tested it last week where
We can shoot.
physics, yeah.
Oh, so you can like run people off of.
Well, not
You can't
people,
run the people
test
'cause
dummies.
you press the test button, and
Uh-huh.
if it doesn't finish the loop,
Uh-huh.
it doesn't let you open the ride.
Oh, so you can't just make it fly into an
Which
empty
is the same as it
corridor.
used to work, except
Yeah.
there used to be cheat codes, so you didn't have to test rides. You could just hit go,
Yeah.
so it would get people into
So you get
it.
the funny gifts.
Yeah.
You get the funny gifts.
So this one you have to, it's, as soon as the crash test dummies crash, it's like it sends another cart. Like
Yeah.
we'll keep testing this if you want.
So you didn't do any jumps on your roller coaster, like
We did.
You can,
Or you
act-
did.
like you can,
Well,
because
we
there's
launched
actually
it.
an airtime thing.
Yeah.
We just didn't have it land anywhere.
Oh, I see.
On the
It
ground.
just
we
hit the
launched
ground.
it.
First, we had it go all the way into the ground.
Yeah.
Then it shot back up, and then it flew off.
Yeah.
Sounds like
Yeah.
fun.
Sounds like fun.
So there's some cool stuff you can do in that game. But yeah, like you guys were looking at it, like we rode my Run roller coaster. It's like, how long did this take? And I'm like, well, to build the exterior walls and to put like the fire effects in and the dog that shoots lasers was like 5 hours. And yeah, it's junk.
It's
Career mode. Challenge mode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
challenge mode.
That was it for me.
Cool.
Short and sweet.
Cool.
I have been intermittently playing Pokemon.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm on the 4th island.
Yes.
I'm trying to, like, I've got my core kind of 4 on my team. So I've got Muck,
Mhm.
I've got Graveler,
Yeah.
Decidueye,
Mhm.
and
Come on, you don't know those off by heart.
Oh, I know my 6 off by
Oh, and Poliwhirl right now.
I know my 6.
And I'm not sure if I want to go Poliwrath or whatever his other evolution.
Politoed.
And
Politoed,
yeah. Because I don't know what Politoad's types are.
Same.
Yeah.
This is just water and...
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine.
No, I think it's
Just
water.
like a
I don't
frog.
think there's
Just
water
water.
fighting. Because Poliwrath is water,
Water
fighting.
fighting.
Yeah.
But Politoed is, I think, it's
It's
just water.
But I need to trade him holding a something to get
King's
him.
Rock.
Yeah. He's so
Uh,
cute, Politoed.
I know, so I want him. Because I...
He actually looks like a little frog king.
Yeah.
I put my Ditto into the daycare. Or
It's
not
not so
a
much a
daycare
daycare
anymore.
anymore.
it's a...
Breeder.
It's the
Breeding-
breeding center. So that's all it is now. They don't actually level up
Yeah.
anymore. You just put the Ditto in.
Mm.
It's like they know that people.
They
that's
know
all-
that
They
that's
know
all
that's
you
all you
want.
want.
So I put the Ditto in, and I put my
Rowlet?
no,
Or-
the frog, Grey Ninja.
Great Ninja.
I put him. They're not friendly enough apparently to have Pokemon sex.
So
So I think it's their way of not like I can use Grey
Balancing.
Ninja,
Yeah.
but I can't get back to Froakie with that Grey Ninja.
Oh.
I think though once the Pokemon Bank opens
Well,
up,
once that opens up, I have a Froakie already, so it's
Yeah.
not that big a
Yeah.
deal. I was just trying to get a Froakie
Get a Froakie.
and work my way up.
and I think
from
that's a
there.
way of balancing the battle bond ability as well.
And it might be once I unlock the national decks, because I don't think Grey Ninja's in any of my dexes yet. So I think once I unlock the national decks, it might
Maybe
finally
it'll-
like, oh, now I find you attractive.
I don't know that that's. I don't think that's how
Wow,
it
wow.
works. I don't think that's how that
I don't
works.
know. I don't
It's
see.
all like locked. Like natures are locked to the Pokemon, not decks.
Yeah.
So
We'll see. So I don't know, and that's I'm like,
Was that the Grey Ninja from like the demo
Yeah.
version? Okay.
because I can't. The Pokebank's not
Yeah.
open yet, so I can't get
Yeah.
into there for all of the Pokemon that I actually like want to use.
Want to use.
I want to use all of them.
Well, I did. I took X. I went into X. I think I
Transfer
left
them
my
all.
guy with a Magikarp
Ah,
or something like equally as dumb, and then I
Secret.
transferred everything into the Pokebank, and then deleted X off of my 3DS because I'm out of room.
Oh yeah.
And then I saved the save data, obviously, and then I moved to Sun and Moon, and I'm like, when that Pokebank comes out, that Pokedex is gonna explode.
Live decks. Get that live decks working.
Yeah. It'll laugh because every time, like, even when you trade now, it's like, oh, new Pokedex entry,
I love that.
which is
I-
so
I've-
nice. Except I'm hoping it doesn't do that when I unload my Pokebank into the game.
Oh,
Like,
they're like,
turn the game on, and it's like
registered.
Pokedex registered,
Registered.
registered. The whole like.
I think
one
I'm gonna be
night just,
okay
like,
with. Personally, I think I'd be okay with that because I like to read.
I like
the decks.
reading them,
I
too.
like. Have
Yeah.
you seen Umbreons yet?
No,
No.
I still have my Eevee. I don't know. what I
Umbreon
wanna do
is
with
the
Eevee
most
yet.
savage
Obviously,
one.
I should throw Eevee in with my with my Ditto.
Yeah.
Is it really depressing?
No.
What's
It's
up,
it's wonderful.
nerds? White Husky Gaming. What's up, White Husky
He's
Gaming?
not watching it
Thanks
anymore.
for watching. He's on Twitch.
He's
He's
not
on
watching
Twitch.
anymore.
He might be. We don't know.
It says 0.
Yeah, that's not a reliable counter.
There's not much to.
But yeah, like it's kind of I'm like, yeah, I should put my Eevee in there and just have a bunch of Eevees again because that's what I did
Yeah.
in X and Y.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, okay, Firestone for you, a Waterstone for you, a
Psychic.
Thunderstone for you,
Yeah.
and then it's like, okay, I have to evolve you in a forest, so here we go.
Leaf.
Yeah,
Like,
you still
into
can't
a
use
forest,
a leaf
and-
stone on Eevee.
No, you have
Oh,
to go
really?
into the
I thought
forest.
there was one.
No, there is. You have to evolve her in a forest.
No, there's a specific grassy rock I think you gotta find.
Yeah, I remember
Oh,
that.
same
thing
Yeah,
with-
that
same
grassy
thing with
rock.
Glaceon.
Yeah, you have to find that.
Yeah, it's
Shibu
in
or
a
that ice
specific
thing.
area.
Yeah.
Same
Huh.
with one of the new bug Pokemons. It only evolves in a very specific valley.
Yep.
So I've been
It's
playing
Pokemon-
Share
that.
It's
experience still
Pokemon
there?
Sun, Pokemon. It's,
Yep.
You get it real early, again. So
Which
you-
one?
Yeah.
Eevee?
No, the
Shared
share
experience.
Oh yeah.
I might be.
I don't like the experience share now.
I do.
I've
I
turned it
love
off.
I like it.
I love it.
It allows me to like upgrade people
That's the
quickly.
only way I can.
So I have my basic 4, and then I've been plugging other 2 in, trying to get them to evolve to fill my decks up right now.
Yeah.
So I ended up with that kind of twist part of the story, and I have my main 4 and then 2 duds, and I'm like, oh no, because it's like you can go back, and I'm like, well, I'm into this now. Let's just go.
Just go. Just do
And
it.
luckily, my main 4 are good enough that I was all right. But I had a Machoke that was pretty much just like, Machoke, go, so I can revive this guy.
You always have that one.
You are now the sacrifice. And
You
then
always have that.
sacrificial.
he would die, and I'm like, I'm not done healing yet. So go in. What I think I had someone else with me, and I'm like, you go in too.
Try and survive.
No, don't even bother. You're gonna get 1 hit, but I need to use your 1 hit to use a potion on my one guy
Yeah.
over here. And berries are pretty much like pointless to me now. They've always been sort of pointless to me.
Making berries has been so easy now this time around.
Well, and this time now because the islands you can make berries.
Oh, God,
But
I
the
have
other
so many.
part is all of my guys have their Z-move crystal.
Mhm.
So they can only hold one item.
Yeah.
it's
It's
more for.
gonna be that Z,
It's all about the VGC though, because not everyone's gonna want to use a Z crystal.
and I
so-
get that, and I'm okay with that. But it's like, here's a berry. Nope, I would rather you be able to use,
Yeah.
this particular thing. And I get once I get further into the game, you can only use one per battle.
Mhm.
So I get that.
Yeah. So you want to find the one move.
The one move that's gonna hit the most or have two Pokemon with their Z crystals and everybody else can hold items again. But this, I'm just like, all right.
Yeah.
Everybody Z crystals, everybody gets your Z
Berries
crystals.
have always been meant for VGC because a lot of the times it's like, oh, I got hit with a sleep. I can automatically wake up and
Yeah.
still attack the next turn because sleep. The way sleep works is it's automatically the first turn you're always asleep. There's no dice roll for that.
Yeah.
So same thing with paralysis. Burn is actually a really good one. I think they actually nerfed burn from the last generation to Sun and Moon because before when you were burned you would obviously take the damage, but your attack would also be halved as well. And so
Oh,
burn now
really?
is only I think a quarter instead of halved.
Okay.
And so again, you don't want to be burned in the VGC
Yeah.
because then you can't attack.
Attack.
So there's a lot of like meta stuff with the status conditions that they've changed.
I just
into Sun
catch
and Moon.
things and hit attack.
I know, and
Yeah.
for the average person, you're not going to care for that kind of stuff. But a lot of the meta is changing going into 2017.
See, White Husky
I know.
Gaming's here.
I see that a
Hi.
while ago.
Hey.
What's up? What's up?
You know you're not
What
talking into the actual
Husky
microphone.
Gaming?
What's up?
What? Hey.
Hi. We're talking about this is the Pokemon minute.
If he's been listening, he knows.
Yeah. But that's where.
Or she.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
don't judge.
Yeah.
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 That was and one of my coworkers was playing Pokemon, and they're sitting there going, "Well, I went for like special attack and attack stats and da da da," and I'm going, "What?"
Yeah, I know for X, there's someone else. For X, I was just collecting.
Yeah.
And
And that's my
I would,
gig.
I would just evolve till I
Yeah.
get to the max, and then I want someone else. I have my two main
Absolutely.
people
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
would do their thing, and the rest are just share experience, just keep going.
Yeah.
And this my other friend would breed to get specific traits,
Yeah.
and I'm like,
Exactly.
okay, sure, I don't care.
But my coworker was hilarious because he's sitting there going, "Well, I went for special attack and this, but then their defense was like off, and I kept getting rolled over by everything." And I'm like, "I haven't looked at any of my Pokemon stats since I caught them, and I'm doing just fine."
Yeah. If you really want to get into the nitty gritty, there's a lot of room for that. But
Yeah.
that's what's so good about the Pokemon franchise is
Oh, yeah.
there's room for the casual player and then room for the VGC players.
And like I said the last time, the one thing I'm loving about this is the fact that there's no HM slaves anymore, so I can literally round out my team with, the types I want. Never mind
I do like the
stats that I want.
I do like the two cannon bird though. Two cannon?
Yeah, I don't have him yet.
He's
one
pretty
step
good.
away from him.
He's got
Unless he has to be friendly, and then he can go back in the PC forever. Because
No, he doesn't.
I don't care about friendliness.
How do you get the friendliness up?
You battle with them.
You battle with them.
You can't do the share experience.
That'll level them up, but they have to be.
I thought it was in X that would help with their happiness.
Not
No,
really. This
no,
one they
it
have to be
doesn't.
in battle. They cannot faint.
You can't put them in the box.
Don't put them in
You
the
gotta
PC.
use-
Yeah.
You don't use potions. You use lemonades. You gotta.
Yeah, like you
No.
gotta feed them berries and all that jazz
Yeah.
instead of giving them
You gotta
potions.
take care of them.
Yes.
Yes.
No.
Absolutely.
And then the new feature in the game where you can actually
Pokemon refresh.
Pokemon
Yeah.
Refresh, where you can actually pet the Pokemon. That's affection. That's not happiness.
No, affection is different.
So you're sitting there literally petting them,
I
and
think
there's
though-
hearts coming out of their head, and you're like,
Affection's good
"Oh,
though.
good."
Yeah,
Oh,
because
affection's
they
great.
sometimes
can-
remove the status condition.
They can remove the
Remove
status.
status, critical hits.
They can take it. They can
dodge.
survive by one hit
They can
point.
survive by one
Yeah.
hit point sometimes.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Like some of the stuff is really
Really detailed.
Yeah,
So-
but
It's
great, and then-
it's a yeah.
And then, like we were saying, that one nice thing, which is a nice
The refresh.
the refresh
the
thing
status
is
condition.
status conditions. Where you're poisoned after the battle,
Yeah.
you go into the refresh thing, and you can wipe that poison
Yeah.
away.
You don't have
or,
to use like an
or
antidote
burn
or
or awakening, that
Okay.
kind of stuff.
Yeah, you can wake them up with a swab and a pair of tweezers.
I don't- it
Sometimes.
looked-
You poke them.
You
It
must
looked like a
tickle them or
thermometer
something.
to me.
You pull hair.
It,
out.
it,
It looks like a tweezers with a cotton
it
ball.
is. It's tweezers with
It's
a
a
cotton
kids.
ball.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
so Umbreon's Dex entry, it's with its black fur, it blends into the darkness. It bides its time, and when its prey appears, this Pokemon goes for the throat and then eats it.
I
Wow.
honestly wish.
Go for the throat.
That should be a move.
Go for the throat. Go for the throat, Umbreon. That's
I
Umbreon.
honestly wish that like that's how some of these Pokemon games work, because we've now got evolution as it should,
Actual
like
mechanical.
adaptation, like or adaptation as
Actual
it should work,
Darwinism.
which is why the muck has changed and
Yeah.
like
Alola
Alola,
forms.
They have
there's
the
the Alola forms.
Oricorio or
Yeah.
something.
Now it's survival.
Sort of
Now
been
it's
in
survival of
Oh,
the fittest.
format of
Okay.
the game, but this one makes sense. Since the Oricori birds, the different birds.
Yes.
the-
The Darwin's finches, yeah.
Yeah.
Where they
So
all dance.
That's
They're all different.
that's always
colors.
been sort of in the game, but this is a reason for it to be in the game.
Yeah.
So,
But yeah, and then there's even one that the pollen around it affects what color it is and all that jazz.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So that like they've really gone to adaptation. So yeah, the next is survival of the fittest. So it's like if you let the Rattata population get too big,
that could be a
Oh,
cool
well.
mechanic. That could be a cool mechanic.
that's all you're gonna see forever until you start like eliminating.
Eliminate
the-
killing them off.
That could be a
You
really
actually
cool.
get to kill them off.
No, it's called knocking them out.
They'll always say knockout, but you've just knocked
Fainted.
so many out.
Yes.
They're not breeding.
They're not breeding. They're too
You
tired to
obviously
have
knocked
sex.
them out in other places.
Kick him in the balls.
Yeah.
Pokeballs.
Yes.
Kick him in the Pokeballs.
And then the other thing I have been watching, which has been amazing, and it's one of those British TV shows that I found again, and it is the Big Fat or the Big Fat Quiz.
Oh,
So on the BBC or not the BBC, Channel 4 in Britain, every Christmas, this is their Christmas special. So it's an hour and a half long pub quiz show, but with British celebrities, sometimes American ones squeak their way in. So the secretary from Brooklyn Nine-Nine,
Yes.
Oh.
Chelsea Peretti or whatever,
Yeah.
she was on it a couple times.
Okay.
But they do a year-end quiz show, so it's like the Big Fat Quiz of 2004.
Oh,
And
yeah.
it'll cover all of what happened in 2004, but it's a bunch of comedians pretty much making fun of like
Everything.
the year as
The
it's
year
gone
it's
on.
gone on.
And it's an
Oh, this
hour
year
and a
was all
half
fun.
long.
Oh, that
I
would be
can't
good to
wait
see.
for this, like the Big Fat Quiz of 2016.
Yeah.
That
Where do
sounds
you get
fun.
this?
Internet.
Luckily here in Canada, BBC doesn't care
Yeah.
about region locking their content
Oh,
on
okay.
YouTube.
Mm.
So people in the
Oh.
States are hooped, because that's how I watch QI.
Yeah.
People can't watch QI, quite interesting, in the States. It's blocked. It goes, this is not available in your country. So for the first time, the people in the States see that nice message, and the people in Canada can watch it.
Yay! It's because we have good relations with the.
The BBC, well, you know, we didn't dump a bunch of tea into the water, so
I don't think they hold that much of a grudge.
we
British
still have the
people.
queen on our 20.
yeah, we kept the Queen around, and we asked nicely, like, hey, can we be our
Yeah.
own? You know, we went nicely about
We
it as
didn't-
opposed to.
Forceful.
That's just us.
That's just the Canadian way.
Yeah.
Hey
We
guys,
asked,
can we have
"Hey,
like
guys."
our own freedom, eh? Hey buddy, hey.
We'll give you some maple syrup, eh?
Yeah.
So yeah, I've been watching that, and
That's
that's
cool.
While I've been doing report cards, it's been the perfect thing in the background because if I
Yeah.
need a break, I can kind of put my head up. And Russell Brand has been on a few,
Yeah.
and there's another comedian over there that's quite a bit like Russell, and they keep putting them on the same team.
So
And
they
they're-
just initiate. There's
Oh yeah, they just go
instigators.
nuts. So the one episode, Russell Brand and him are sitting there going like, it was the Big Fat Quiz of the '80s or something. So, or not the '80s, like it was a weird year,
Mhm.
and they were both really confused because they're like, I thought this was supposed to be about like the last year that passed. Like I can't remember what I had for breakfast yesterday, let alone like what happened in the '90s or the '80s. So Russell Brand is like walking through the audience, like, what's the answer to this? And then he actually slipped his phone number to one of the guys in the audience.
Oh, yeah.
And was texting him the whole time. So he had his phone just here, and they were both like.
Absolutely.
So they finally took his phone away, and then he's looking into the audience like. So one of the things was Beyonce's Single Ladies.
Oh, yeah.
So everybody was like, trying to do the dance for him.
Yeah.
So they wrote Wedding Ring. And then it popped up, and it was like Beyonce's, da-da-da. And he's like, what is wrong with you people? Like, he's yelling at the audience because he's mad. And then
Give me the wrong answer.
and then the one I watched yesterday ended. They bring in a mystery guest or someone to kind of do the last question.
Yeah.
So if it's a year with the Olympics, they'll bring in the Olympics people. They brought in a Dalek one year from Doctor Who to read like the final question.
Oh, cool.
Of course.
This time they brought in, it was the 90s. So they brought in the mystery guest was the people who played the Teletubbies.
Oh.
So they had one guy who's around our age who's a comedian there, and he's like, "You gave me the courage to go outside." And then they were talking about other kids shows, and he's like, there was this one, and he's absolutely terrified of this character, and that's who the last guest was.
Oh.
And this guy, like, it wasn't like, you know, Barney comes out and would be Barney, and you're kind of uneasy about the whole thing.
Yeah.
This character, there's a legitimate reason to be scared of it.
Yeah.
Like, he comes out, and it's like, hi! And,
Oh,
like,
God.
everybody's a little off put,
God.
and you just see this guy, like, shrink into his chair.
Oh, God.
And on top of that, again, a normal kids television show would be like, "Don't be scared," you know, trying to like
God.
calm. This thing jumped up onto the table because they sit behind a like a board.
Yeah.
Jumped up onto it and started crawling towards him. And this guy just like out of his chair, like behind one of the other people, like nope,
They had-
nope.
They don't have rules on British TV, do
Oh
they?
no, it's the best, and I love that part
That's
too.
the best part about them.
Which character was it?
I'll show you after. Like,
Okay.
it is a great scene, but you're just watching it going, oh my, like, that's a character on TV. And then he starts bashing around, like, it's like, you have a question for us? And he goes to, like, pick up the questions and causes this giant disaster. I
gosh.
didn't finish watching. I was dying. I'm on the couch just, like, laughing, and this one guy keeps switching to him, and he's just, like,
He's
sinking
like
lower
cowering
and
away.
lower and
Like, oh my
lower.
god. This is bad.
That's wonderful.
So that's what I've been watching, and it goes back to about 2004, and they've done a couple anniversary ones and specials.
Yeah.
So all in all, I think there's 18 episodes, and they're all about an hour and a half, if not longer.
Ooh,
And
I
yeah,
should go
it's
watch
it's
these.
British TV, so
They don't
it's,
have. They don't have idea of length either. They just
one, they
kinda
don't
go.
care.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Two, they can swear. Another one, there was one guy who was like they censored this out of everything they censor. This one guy had a book come out or a magazine cover come out. And one of the other guys, he goes, "Okay, when that came out, do you know what this jackass did over here?" And he points to one of the other guys, and he pulls up a picture on his phone. The guy had taken a picture of his balls on top of the guy's forehead on the magazine and sent him, like texted him the picture. And he's on TV like, "This is what this guy..." And the other guy's like, "That was supposed to be a private text between people?" And that's what they blanked out, was like right on the forehead.
Right on the board.
Like right here was pixelated out, and you're going, that's how far they'll let you go. Otherwise,
Basically, just before porn.
essentially,
Yeah.
you can show your butt, you can show boobs, but like the front end business of people,
The nether region.
the nether region of the front end is a little too like risque.
Or maybe the censorship guys aren't just quick enough yet. They can,
No, like it's the BBC, because I even watched a thing with Stephen Fry when he went across America for the BBC. And it's a documentary. He goes to all the states. And this one guy has his state tattooed on his butt, and he's like, "Oh, it's the BBC. Like, let's see your butt." And the guy's like, really? All right, like, all right. So there's this tattoo that goes from like his hip around his buttock, and you're like, "Yeah, well, yeah, I can see it right there. That's the shape of your state." Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
all right. Ass end.
That
Well,
works.
because the British
They don't care.
care.
No.
They're because they teach their kids about this kind of
Yeah.
stuff early, so for
That's
them
good.
it's and then that was another episode
I
was
appreciate you.
Jamie Oliver was on one of them.
Oh, we lost him.
That's okay. He'll
He
come
might
back.
not be there. He might be
Jamie
there.
Oliver was on an episode, and there was a children's author who was making the dirtiest jokes the entire way through, and he's like, "My kid is gonna be watching this, and now I'm gonna have to explain that the guy who wrote this book is actually a like dirty old man."
There's a lot of books like that too.
But
They're
like
gonna have to teach them.
they're just there's all these comedians and all these celebrities that are on there, and you just go like, this is the best. And if you watch QI, you get enough of the same comedians making appearances where you're like, oh, this is gonna be a good
What's
one.
the YouTube search for that?
I'll show you.
Just okay.
Because the guy his first account got taken down, so he's now whatever his name is 2.0,
Those are the best ones.
and he's uploaded everything again already. Like he's
Oh, wow.
back to full form.
You know it's legit when.
Yeah. So
That's
no,
too
he's
funny.
that's been fun to watch, but that's what I've been doing. Because otherwise, yeah, I've been
Cool.
knee deep in paperwork.
Ooh.
So
Tony.
I did a lot this week. Apparently,
more than
obviously, Pokemon. Still playing Pokemon. I love my team right now. I think I've stuck with my team since the second island almost.
Yeah.
Sanlizzle. Sanlizzle.
Did you catch the female?
I
version?
did
Oh,
catch
you
the
did,
female.
and
I
you
did.
evolved, yeah.
Yes, I did.
I want that.
It's a Pokemon that you can only evolve if it's female.
Sounds familiar.
And it's a 12% drop rate.
Yeah,
For the female.
For the female.
Oh, wow.
So it's literally like, you can spend like hours looking.
Because they did, I caught the one, and I'm like, why aren't you evolving? And then
No.
I find, and
Yeah,
I've been
female.
trying not to look online
No,
until
that's
they're
one
at,
of the ones. Yeah.
but until they're at like level
30ish.
30 something, and I'm going,
You should have been done by now.
you should have at least given me an inkling of something.
Yeah.
Then I go online, and it's
It's like,
yeah,
yeah.
that one's like only the females, and I look, and I'm like, oh man.
And then you look at the drop rate. It's like 12.5%.
yeah.
That'll
And
be
I
a
found,
later.
and I really lucked out because I caught it when I first saw it because I was like, I'm gonna catch everything I see.
Right.
And then I look onto it online a little bit more. It's like the females. I'm like, mine's a female.
Sweet.
The first one I ever found. I'm like, done.
That's
Done.
awesome.
This is bragging.
One thing I noticed in that game,
Hmm.
our clothing options are different too.
Mhm.
I cannot get a green backpack in Sun.
Oh.
I
Yeah,
have to
I,
get it dyed.
I wish that I could get the. I kind of wish I could get like a side bag instead of a backpack.
I thought that too.
I want that, but
Yeah.
other than that, I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
The clothing options in the game.
Mhm.
That's the only thing that I kind of wish I could have the option for, or maybe a triangle backpack instead of a square one.
You can get a triangle one.
Okay, I think I saw someone with that, and I thought it was just the girl option. So
I had the triangle one for the longest time,
Okay.
and then I
Okay.
flew back to the first town, and the mall had opened,
mm,
and there's a clothing store in there
Cool.
where I have achieved like the collared shirt, but it's not too like it's
Cool.
not just white collared shirt nerd look.
Yeah.
But I've got the horn rimmed glasses because they're the only glasses I can find in the game other than sunglasses. And now I've got the collared shirt with like a kind of it's almost a plaid pattern.
Yep.
And then
see, I have
trying to find a backpack that goes with it.
I'm rocking the golden blonde hair.
Yeah, I know. I saw your
Yeah,
character.
I got a few things going on. The white backpack, I really like that white backpack.
I go for see, and I have beige. I can get beige.
Mm.
Can you get beige?
maybe. I haven't
Because all the
checked.
colors are different whether you're in the sun or
Yeah.
moon.
Yeah, yeah.
you
it's
you have
different.
sun too?
I have sun. He's
Yeah.
got moon.
Yeah.
So
So he can catch sand shrews.
yeah, but you guys can catch Vulpixes.
Like,
I can talk to my girlfriend. She's got sun. But if you guys want sand
I'll
shrews,
go buy 'em.
baby, you can have all my sand shrews once I find them.
just start. Well, that's all we'll do is start breeding for each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really like the Sandsizzle because he's got the ability where you can poison everything.
Anything, yeah.
Everything. Steal
Even if
Pokemon,
they
poison
have-
Pokemon, steal
yeah.
Pokemon, poison Pokemon. It's great. Going up against a Magneton, I'm like, get wrecked. So that's cool. I've got the Primaria?
Yeah.
Primarina? Yeah, that's the one.
The
mermaid.
the
Evolved form,
mermaid
yeah.
seal.
Yeah, Mermaid Seal. So really
Mermaid
digging that
Seal.
one. Toucannon is actually really cool
Alright.
because he learns an attack called Break Cannon
Sure,
or
wanna
Beak
buy the
Cannon.
game
Is that the one that evolves from Pipic?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it Pipic?
And so it's a
He's the one
two-charge.
I'm trying to evolve right now.
It's a
Yeah.
two-charge attack move. So you charge it for the first turn, and then you attack the second turn.
Mhm.
But normally those moves are kind of sucky because you can get one-shot attack.
Yeah.
But with that attack, if you get hit, there's a chance it burns the opponent.
Oh, really?
So it's like, oh, that's
That's pretty good.
yeah. So even if you one-shot me,
Yeah.
you're gonna get burned, and then your attack's gonna get lowered, and then it's like, yeah,
Yeah.
there's a lot of cool
It's an
mechanics
evolve
around that.
This is my guy.
Who else am I
Uh,
using? I've got Snorlax.
Yeah.
The one that you can get from
With the Snorlium Z.
Yeah, and he does have
Oh, no, never
Pancake
mind.
Pulverizer, and,
Pancake.
and it's a
From-
lot of damage.
It's
it's
Green Arrow.
it's gorgeous.
He is his shadow shot move.
Yeah,
He
has
does
an,
this, goes like this.
He's got a bow and arrow in
and
his.
twangs.
He's got a bow and arrow in
Plus
his
the green
wings.
hood.
Yeah.
He's basically a green arrow. Yeah.
Most people on the internet have named him Owliver.
No. So I've got the Snorlax. I've got the Raichu. I think I really like the Raichu right now because of the psychic moves.
The Raichu's gonna be definitely back on my team.
Yeah.
I think. I don't know. I gotta see Golem or Golem.
Go-
and-
Golem's pretty cool. He's got. I don't want to spoil what he looks like because I got one too,
Yeah.
and yeah, he's pretty cool.
That's my thing. Like, I want to see how. And that's always my thing with these games is trying to fill out my decks. But I've started too early. So like I said, I got stuck on that place, and I've got level 15s with me going. Uh-oh. The rest of my team's level 40.
Well, I think that
something.
once you finish the
That's
game,
what the
it'll be easier
shares
to.
for.
That's what I
Catch
usually
all the-
do.
yeah.
But
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
that's why I'm just going to. I got stuck a bit on the first time. I'm just like, oh, I got to catch all of them before I go to the next
oh
one.
no,
but
I
then
keep catching stuff.
Just keep going.
I
So
ran
Sandsizzle, Snorlax, Primaria, Raichu. Who else do I use now? I use a lot of them. I'm trying to think off the top of my head because I have Titanfall 2 thinking about it now. Because I played a lot.
None of those are in.
I can't play
Pokemon.
Titanfall 2 characters. Yeah, you and I finished that weird story.
Yeah.
Got weird, but I'm looking forward to more of that. And I feel like where we are in the game, I feel like we just hit the halfway point.
I hope it's the halfway point.
It totally feels like
in
the halfway
my
point.
heart, I hope it's the halfway point.
It
If
feels
this
like it.
ends soon, I'm gonna be pissed.
Well, I've been playing it for a long time now.
Oh
so
no, I'm not at that point yet.
don't spoilers. Don't spoil.
That's my thing.
I don't. I feel like there's gonna be so much more after you finish the
I
game.
feel like
so
something
big
it's
is
like
gonna happen.
So yeah, I'm really enjoying that aspect of the game. Like the fact that there's an actual story.
Yeah,
rather than
I
just
like
going
that.
to
It's just
and not just like going to different gyms.
gym.
There's a reason
Pokemon
to,
League.
because you're on the second island, right? You've seen.
I just got the second.
So you've seen the like Ultra Beasts and stuff like that.
Yes.
So that's just like what you've seen is like a fraction
of what's in
of what
Beasts.
of what actually is happening.
Okay.
So
Can you catch these Ultra Beasts?
yes,
Okay.
Ultra Beasts are catchable eventually.
Will it be like the thing where like if you accidentally make them faint and then you can never catch them again?
No, so they've changed that since
They
X and
fixed
Y.
that, yeah, since X and Y. They fixed
Actually, they
Oh,
did.
okay.
They fixed that in Black and White. Actually,
Yeah, because if you fainted them, they would just
Yeah.
show up somewhere else.
Oh, they
yeah,
would.
they show up somewhere else.
Okay.
Or in X and Y, you would faint them. You would have to go and beat the Elite Four again, and then they would come back.
Yeah.
Oh.
So same thing's gonna
Good
happen
to know.
here.
Which is nice, because yeah, that was the worst part.
You have to save.
Playing Blue again on my 3DS Virtual Console, and yeah, you run into Zapdos and you forget how horribly hard it is to catch those stupid
Yeah.
legendaries.
I'm using how many Ultra Balls?
Right.
Yeah.
Like
You're
I've
all-
got you down to like
You're
I
sleep-
can't even
HP.
see
You're
your health. You're
sleeping.
sleeping, and I'm throwing Pokemon, and I'm missing.
I might as well just been loading this full of machine guns.
Yeah.
Bullets like all the balls because
Yeah.
it's just bouncing off. Them.
Yeah.
But now it's catching them is a little bit easier.
Oh
So
yes, it's
I-
much
I-
easier to
okay,
catch
so,
them now, but at the same time, if you do make them faint,
You have the option to go
you
back.
have a way of
Okay,
getting
it's not
back.
like, dang it, I gotta good thing I
Reload,
saved,
yeah.
or oh damn, I didn't save.
I mean, like
gotta
you
go
still
back all the way
could.
back.
That's still the best thing to do is just to save before.
Yeah,
Anyways,
it's
that's
easier.
always the best way to do it. But yeah,
You're not totally hooped if you.
Yeah.
Haha, there's a Pokemon named Koopa.
Pokemon into everything.
This one goes into different dimensions. Hoopa is last generation. Please.
Just wait until the Pokebank comes out. All of them.
So, been playing a lot of Pokemon. Really digging that game. And I feel like I'm over leveled because I'm like level 45.
I'm a little higher than you, so.
Okay, well then we're both super over leveled. I didn't find that last fight really hard
No,
at all.
I have not found any of the fights that hard. 'Cause
I think the one that really
Super
tricked me up was
leveling
the one that tricked me up was the Ghost Totem because I didn't know what the typing was for that Pokemon, so it threw me off.
Oh, and see, I just Wonder Traded and got him.
I had Wonder Training got him too.
So I had,
fighting
his,
him-
I had
but-
his stat move, so I'm like, oh, you.
If I known that what his type was, he wouldn't have wrecked me the first time.
Oh yeah.
Because I was like, oh, this move will work on him. Nope.
No.
No. I'm like, oh, he's just because totem Pokemon have increased stats when you fight them. They're sort of like the boss battles.
Okay.
So, to give it in retrospect.
No, so I had Wonder Trade, so I went through and it was like switch Pokemon, go through all my Pokemon, and it tells you now like, oh, super effective,
Yeah.
not effective,
That's a
no
cool
effect,
mechanic.
Yeah.
which is great. So it's like, do super effective, and twang, and dead.
Yay!
Basically, yeah.
That's good. That's good.
Titanfall 2. I really wish Graham was here because I could talk about Titanfall with him. But
You beat robot.
it's actually a really good single player campaign. I haven't really touched the multiplayer.
That's what it was missing the first time.
It was missing a campaign the first time around, but I'm really glad they kind of took the time to make a really good narrative because that story goes in some really, really weird directions, like it's really weird sci-fi directions, even more than just like giant robots that can talk to you.
Wow.
There's a lot of game mechanics with the wall running that actually make it feel more of like a platformer than anything.
Oh, really?
So it's like you need to get across this path, and then you do your wall jumps, and then all of a sudden the path will disappear because it's like you got to watch out with this new mechanic that we're adding in. I don't want to spoil it, but it's super weird.
Huh.
There's a plant section where you're jumping across walls, and there's like a platform being created underneath you, and you have to watch out where the platform is because if you jump too early, it's not there for you to land on, and you can't recover your jumps. It's super. That single player, I really, really want to go back and finish it, just for the fact of where it actually goes at the end of the day.
Did you borrow this one?
Yes, I did. But if I had purchased it, I don't feel like I would
You'd
have
have
gone.
regret it.
I wouldn't have regretted because it's actually a really solid game, and I'm pretty sure the multiplayer is top notch as well. Because last time around it was pretty good. The multiplayer this time my understanding is that it works off of experience bank system where it's like, you know, you get your kills and you get your money from the kills, but you don't actually get the money until you throw it into the team bank.
Oh.
And then that's how it tracks your score. So much like, I think, was it Call of Duty where you had the kill confirmed?
Yeah.
Where you have to collect the dog tags after
Or does
you
it
kill
count
an
as a
enemy.
kill?
It's a little bit like that where you have to make sure you run your points back to your team base or else you're not going to get credit for those kills.
Oh, I see.
So,
It's like capture the flag.
I'd
A
be
little
so
bit.
bad at that game.
Me too.
well, and
Yeah.
and the best part is you can see like your opponent's team. It's like, oh, that guy's got way more like, you know, whatever digital currency that they're using in the game. Like
Yeah.
we get that guy because
Now, if you kill him, does it pop out of him?
Yes, it does.
Like
You
a
can
fountain of blood, but with coins?
and you can pick it up, claim it for yourself.
And then you run back.
Yes.
And then you run like it now.
And you're the target. it's a funny way that
It's
works.
cool.
Eject
the
from
single-
my robot and just keep running.
Just keep
But
running.
honestly, like visually, it's one of the most pretty games I've ever seen, and I'm just running it on the regular PlayStation 4. I'm not running it on the Pro. I'm not running it on
PC.
a PC or anything.
PC or
It looks
something, yeah.
really, really good. It's got some nice looking visual particle effects. The lighting's really good. The narrative is actually really cool, and I think Graham touched on this a little bit last time around, where you actually have dialogue options between you and the robot,
Yeah, that's what he was saying.
where it's like you can be as sarcastic as you want, but you can be serious
Your
at the same
robot
time.
will remember this.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Oh, it's got a little. It feels like it's gonna do something like that, where
Be
you build
sarcastic,
a
everything.
relationship with this robot.
This robot.
Your
It's
robot
super
just starts bitch
If you
slapping
think about
you.
it, it's more
Stop
along
it.
the lines of something like
Doesn't believe you
Evangelion
anymore.
or
Oh, okay.
those
I
anime
swear
mangas
it's
where
coming.
Stop lying
the
to me,
robots
Timmy.
have an AI.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
That's cool.
Yeah, like I'm looking forward to getting back into. I'm gonna finish it probably by the end of like the next week or something.
Starts peeing oil on you because you're sarcastic to it all the time.
If I had a sort of analogy to it, I would say that it's along the lines of Transformers, but not shitty. Like the robots from the Michael Bay ones, where it's like they've
Right.
got the attitude,
Oh,
they got the
okay.
speech and stuff like that, but they
Yeah.
don't. It's not bad. It's actually really
That's
good.
actually good. That's cool.
So
Oh, Michael Bay.
think Michael Bay, but not bad. I know that's hard to imagine. It's hard to imagine those Transformer movies just not
Oh.
shitty.
Isn't there another one?
Yes,
coming
there
out?
is.
Oh, yeah.
my
Oh,
God.
by golly, we've talked about that already. Knights,
Knights.
Merlin.
That's Nazis.
Nazis, and Merlin.
What?
Not even kidding.
Okie doke.
Because the big story from that one is they're using Winston Churchill's mansion as a Nazi base. So, like, they've actually rented it out as a movie set and
Oh.
have draped Nazi flags down the side of Winston Churchill's old,
Let's desecrate his
old mansion.
Let's
Wow,
desecrate his
he's
house a little bit more.
he's-
Because it
probably
is,
riding in
it's
the grave.
it's a European style mansion.
Yeah.
It fits the look of what they want.
What?
I just feel
And
like
you just sit
that's-
there going, could you not have done that with CGI?
Yeah, just
or used another castle, a generic
or
castle.
figured something else out, because I
Yeah.
feel like if you, out of all the people's houses you could have used,
you put it on his.
The one that
Yeah.
actually.
fought them.
Yeah. Oh boy.
But yeah, Titanfall 2 has no Nazis in it.
Yay!
So that's
Good to
already
know.
better
That
than
you know of
Transformers.
right now.
That's better. That's oh my god.
You wait for the zombie Nazi
exactly.
DLC.
Not like Call of Duty or anything. And then I watched Moana.
I wanted to see that.
It's I've mentioned to you already.
You did.
My
He's making great
best,
claims about this film.
best Disney movie of all time.
Yeah.
Really?
Absolutely the best Disney movie of all time. Visually,
That's saying a lot.
authentic, feeling to sort of like the Polynesian culture and
Yeah.
the music,
Yeah.
the sights, the sounds. Like there's the one sort of like a vision sequence. I'm not gonna spoil what it is, but I think that's the best sequence I've seen in any.
You clearly haven't seen the Sleepy Hollow movie for, that was animated. That and Mr. Toad's whatever wild ride. That one was.
I don't know. This one's up there. But yeah, I really feel like Moana is going to be a new bar for Disney in terms of movies, storytelling,
Quality.
visuals.
But that's the
It's-
way all their movies
yeah,
have to
like
try.
they all-
keep saying that about their movies.
But they always one up them.
It's a good problem to have as a company
yeah.
who makes
First
films.
world problem. We can't make a movie better than our last.
Yeah.
Oh, well, okay.
Oh wait, we just did.
Yeah.
Yay!
It's definitely go see it. Like honestly, I don't want to see it again in theaters because I want to own it and watch it repeatedly. it's so good, and Dwayne Johnson just plays that role up
Yeah. He
plays a
so
lot of-
I
so
love him.
good.
We talked about that the
Yeah.
last time. How much we
Yeah.
love Dwayne. It's like,
Like he knows he knows that people love him,
Yeah.
regardless of what he does. And so watching some of the B-roll footage of him singing in the sound booth, it's the best because he's like really getting into it. He's like as this Maui character, doing all the the voice acting and the hand movements and the gestures and the.
Well, I think
the
for him
posture
too,
for
it's
him.
an exciting thing for him being from
that
Hawaii,
that
like
culture.
Yeah.
Same thing with like both the main actor and actress.
But that's what I mean, like actually being of that culture and going like
He-
making a movie about
My history.
my history,
Yeah.
like this
It's
kind of
my
stuff. That's
past. It's-
cool.
Yeah, like and so, yeah, I'm really excited to see what if they want to do more with that stuff, like with the like mini shorts or something, but in front of episodes or in front of other movies, that kind of stuff. Like I would love to see more of this world. And sort of as a side note,
Still saying Sleeping
I don't
Hollow,
know.
best film ever.
Moana is very good.
Any Stitch cameo?
No, but there's they had more inspiration from Little Mermaid.
I don't remember. Oh, okay.
So if anything, there's a nice David Bowie scene where they sort of pay homage to his music and the voice actor. It's really good. It's
That's good.
I would be really, really surprised if Kingdom Hearts 3 does not feature a Moana stage.
Something.
I would be very upset. But that game is kind of far in development, so I don't know if they're going to be able to pull that off.
To add it in.
Yeah.
DLC stuff.
Well, I was thinking maybe have Maui as a summon character.
Mm.
Have him come in and do his demigod stuff. The music is by far one of the best soundtracks I've heard in a long time.
Let it go.
No! I have.
Let
Let
it
it
go.
go.
I have.
Just let it go, Tony.
I have let that one go. It feels, again, a
Clearly
lot
you
like
haven't.
that culture. They
Can't hold it back in.
You sound like you practiced that.
I was in Disney World when that was all they had.
All they had.
Yes. So my hopes and wishes is that eventually kids will start realizing it's more than just Frozen. There can be other good singing movies like Moana.
Oh, they do.
I just did, yeah.
Until Frozen 2 comes out.
Yeah,
Yeah,
then
that
we're all
was-
hooped again.
Oh God, don't even get me started.
Let it go again. Let it go again.
They that franchise needs to learn a lesson from itself. Basically,
It never will.
the irony.
The irony.
They'll never let go.
So yes, go and see Moana if you have plans to. Don't even it's
Eventually.
Speaking of Stitch, though, I did see this on Reddit today. They had the original footage from that they were going to use, and then 9/11 happened.
oh no.
So the final spaceship scene,
Mhm.
where there's this spaceship chasing the other spaceship,
Yeah.
they were actually supposed to be in an airplane
Uh,
flying away, and this other thing was trying to shoot down an airplane
ah
that ended up flying through a city instead of mountains and like all this other stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure if this is like legit, and if it was.
It was
So
probably
if someone did it on Reddit afterwards, they have done an incredible.
Was it like storyboarded or
No, this was like fully animated, and they had to like go back and there was extra scenes. Like one of them was sitting in the chair using the phone that was attached to the
airplane?
Oh, yeah.
like airplane thing, and I'm going. And then it slides like sideways
building?
through a bunch of buildings, like past a bunch of buildings. So the guy with the ice cream cone, it knocks it out of his hand as he's crossing a crosswalk, not just sitting on the beach like he is in the final version of the film. And I'm like,
Oh,
whoa.
that was a quick edit.
And I'm like, and then even someone said they're like, I think the spaceship thing ended up working out better anyways. How did they end up in an airplane? Like,
yeah.
Airport.
well, but they were supposed to be going back to space. Were they gonna do it in
Space
a
plane.
like?
They might.
Space plane.
Space plane.
We'll just take. We
Yeah.
got this, guys.
They got the tech.
To heck with the atmosphere.
Space
Yeah.
plane.
They turned the.
We're taking
They
the
had the tech. They turned
we're taking
it
this
into-
Delta Airlines airplane like straight out of Atmo.
Oh wait, no, it's WestJet. It goes down.
Hey now, WestJet's my preferred flying style. Thank you very much. Air Canada can
Yeah.
actually, depending on the Air Canada flight, they can take a flying leap. But
Yeah, I agreed.
because I've had really good Air Canada flights and I've had really bad
Air
Air
Ca-
Canada.
yeah.
Yeah, they're like hit and miss.
The
At least-
local, the small flights with Air Canada are kind of the ones I don't really. I'm not a fan.
Any of those are bad though, because they're all the smallest plane you can possibly fit on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And plus Air Canada.
And plus Air Canada service on top of that. So
Yeah.
because WestJet's still the same thing. You sit in this plane going, I think we might die, because it's that small and that cramped, and you're just like.
You can almost feel
But
the
you're only
propeller.
on the plane for
an hour or two.
an hour at the most. That's
Yeah.
why it's that small. So you're just like. and it hits turbulence, and it's like,
Yeah.
and you're like, oh my
Wings
god,
off.
this is-
Wings off.
I'm gonna be in a Tom Hanks movie
Oh god.
Don't travel with them.
or a Denzel Washington movie. Either one where they fly a plane and land it on something
Yeah.
that they shouldn't have landed on.
Was Tom Hanks in 2 plane movies where
Well,
the
he
plane was down?
crashed in one and ended up on an island.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
And
he
then
had another one,
He was
right?
the pilot who landed the thing on the
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
I
and
thought
then-
there was something else he was in.
Oh, he was stuck in an airport.
Apollo 11 doesn't count.
Stuck in airport too. Yeah.
Apollo 11 doesn't count.
Okay.
Houston, we have a problem.
It's Tom Hanks in another plane movie.
That's all he does now. He's just a pilot.
Yeah.
It's just Tom Hanks. That's all it is. It's like a VR experience. Tom
Typecast.
Hanks.
Yeah.
How we doing, co-pilot?
Ah!
We're gonna die.
How do you know?
Start panicking.
Sweating intensifies.
Yeah.
Yeah. DC TV shows. I don't want to elaborate too much on that, but the
Crossover.
crossover event did happen last week. I think it was one of the coolest things to happen on TV. Because, I mean, the Supergirl episode is the weakest, I think. Just because it's still a bit of a new show for the CW. They don't want to...
Is it the first one of the?
Yes,
These are
it is the
totally
first one
different
of the
Earths.
4.
And that's
so
probably it has
it
to
totally
start
is.
setting stuff.
It
up.
totally is. That's totally the reason. But the other 3 episodes are really good. And it's worth noting that the Arrow 100th episode also landed in that crossover. And so not only was it a crossover event for the Arrow show, but it was sort of like a 100th episode commemorating, oh, let's get all these actors back in for... Like, they wrote it in quite well. It wasn't like they shoehorned them in like, oh, we're back in Star City for whatever reason. There's a reason for all these old actors and old characters to
Make
come
appearances.
back into it. So, and I mean, I don't watch the Arrow, so it had a little less impact for me. It was cool to watch still, but taken as a whole, it's such a good event.
And that's usually what you have to do.
So-
'cause that's
Yeah, because the Flash episode is really strong, and the Legends of Tomorrow episode was really, really strong.
but then put together.
Yeah,
they
and then you put them
form
all
a-
together. It makes a really
Very
good
good.
narrative. So, if you're not really caught up on any of them before the event, I would say
Watch it.
yeah, make sure you're on the same level, and then go into it, and then you can sort of catch up later on.
Which is what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Slowly but surely.
I think this is going to be an annual event for CW.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
I'll
it's
add
gonna-
more shows into it.
Exactly. More shows, more characters, more
Justice
things.
League.
Justice Society.
Gilmore
No,
Girls.
Justice League.
Justice
They'll bring in well, they have Superman on Supergirl.
Yeah. JSA.
That's the thing. Like we're
But that's a different.
They could bring him over too.
close to Batman.
They're very close. Then I told you they name dropped Batman almost.
Did they?
Yeah, they had a.
Well, and there was
it
something.
was a Supergirl. It was a Supergirl nod. Where
Okay.
She
In
talked
Super-
about a
Yeah, it was a-
vigilante.
yeah, it was in Supergirl where she was like, "Oh yeah, no, my cousin's worked with vigilantes before. This one guy, he had so many gadgets. Weird vigilantes are weird." It's like, oh my god, that's Batman.
So there was reading something that someone saw Mark Hamill might be actually instead of doing Trickster on Flash, he'll actually be doing
We talked about this
the
too.
Joker.
We talked about this already too. He had the Flash. He had the Joker. makeup.
Yeah,
I think it has to do with the Flashpoint.
probably.
They're gonna write that off as the Flash side effect of the Flashpoint.
Could, but then I thought they weren't allowed to use any Batman stuff anymore.
That's,
I think they're doing so well, and the movies are doing so horribly.
and
that
Gotham is apparently.
I think it's hit that point now where DC's like, TV people, do your thing.
Or even CW is like.
What was it? Deathstroke is they can't have anything from Deathstroke be on Arrow anymore because
He's gonna be in the new Batman movie.
That's not.
they
I'm not
said,
gonna spoil anything.
Well, no, I'm saying, but they said they told Arrow you can't use them anymore because we're gonna use them, type thing.
And I legitimately think we're at the point where
That happened with Harley Quinn too.
yeah.
Yeah.
But I think we're at the point now where if Harley Quinn, like next season, could probably be in
Mhm.
Arrow and not have them go.
But that would make Arrow stronger though. Is having
Absolutely.
Yes.
I mean, they
Batman villains can.
They're
Go
already
against 'em.
they're already filling on the Arrow cast with weird like B-list superheroes that end up being pretty major in the comics too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I don't want to spoil anything for you
I
guys.
probably know.
but that's
some
what
of
I
it-
mean.
some of
like,
it.
Mr. Terrific.
Yeah.
That's what
Yeah,
I
I
mean.
knew
like,
it. I saw
Okay,
it.
okay, good,
There was a
yeah.
picture and I saw him. Like,
Okay,
okay.
I'm like, oh, that's cool. Soon. That's basically the last character.
And
they
that will
made.
be one crossover eventually. Is the Justice League.
again, we'll see what happens with next year. Because in my eyes, this was a really, really successful event for CW.
And in all honesty, the way they did Arrow, the way everything's happening, they're all young enough where you could almost do a, Batman, don't do the whole origin thing, please. But him just arriving in Gotham, him just starting to do stuff, like, he's young in his career. You don't have to do the whole origins thing, but, like...
Yeah, because Oliver is still pretty young.
He is, so you have... Yeah. But that's what I mean. You have a Batman and
Is it?
Yeah.
they're all this kind of the same age. So it's kind of like here, if they're keeping with that, you have a fairly young Batman.
And Superman at that, too.
And he is pretty young. Because even when they talk about on Supergirl, it's like she was stuck in that zone for
she is
24 years ago.
Yeah. Was it 24 years?
I forgot how long
the
she
one
was
thing
stuck
about
there,
the
but
Supergirl...
It got...
I thought, yeah, she was 7 years older than him or something.
Yes.
And the one thing you got to remember with the Supergirl...
And now they're about
It's
even.
reversed. Well, it got reversed
Yeah.
where he's older than her
Yeah.
now.
Yeah,
The one thing you have to remember with the Supergirl is she does live on a different universe, so the Flashpoint doesn't affect her. For now. But it doesn't... The
She'll
Flashpoint...
come over. Her world will end.
We'll see what
the
happens.
worlds will collide. They've done it in the comics how many times?
They've already sort of alluded to that at the end of the crossover event with Supergirl. So
I'm surprised they didn't use the crossover event as a way of
putting her. They did.
Yeah.
They do. It's going to be a lot more transparent now between the two universes.
That's what I mean. And then bring Batman in as a younger person, and Arrow, as they're thinking of this might be the last season. It's the perfect replacement. Because let's be honest.
They're thinking this is the last season?
Yes. There's talk.
Because the Flash is so much more successful.
Because the Flash is doing well, Arrow's starting to wind its way down, and I think
because Arrow never had great villains. The great villains he's taken is pretty much from Batman.
And he's I am the dark and brooding thing from the shadows. What up? And you're going, okay.
You sound a lot like another vigilante.
Yeah. Who
Just a
wears
different color.
mask, yeah.
Just a different color.
And you're more brutal than I remember you being. As he beats down bad guys almost to a pulp, and it's like. If we put a cape on you and some pointy ears,
bigger mask, a little bigger, more of a cowl.
Yeah.
Change that symbol.
The only thing is the formula no longer works if you do Batman, where he cannot have a team of wisecracking people. He gets Alfred.
Yeah.
Alfred may be a Robin.
Wisecracking.
You could make Alfred
I would love to see
a
that.
sarcastic dink from the Batcave, but at the same time he can't have. Because it's the same with the Flash. The Flash started.
Yeah. Well,
he already had,
Cisco
and
Caitlin
and
Harrison Wells.
Yeah, he had a team.
Yeah.
And then
Batman could have the Oracle.
And you could maybe throw Oracle in.
Oracle,
Robin.
Maybe Robin.
But they couldn't just hang out in the base all the time. They'd have to be because I would prefer if you're gonna do Oracle, do the whole story. Have Batgirl for a while. And obviously don't do the full killing joke because that's not appropriate for television. But
I don't know if I know the full killing joke.
Essentially,
it's a rape story.
Yes,
Joker raped her.
He paralyzes her and then rapes her.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
It's not pretty.
It is not. It is not a pretty
It's as brutal as the Joker's gonna get.
Yeah.
But it's
so for TV they could shoot her and leave her paralyzed.
That could happen.
And then be done with that could be your killing joke, but. I prefer them to do Batgirl for a few seasons before they, because that allows you to develop Commissioner Gordon and his relationship with Batman.
And who knows? They could, if Gotham still if Fox loses Gotham, they could just pull in the characters from that show.
I doubt that's going to happen.
I don't want them to.
I would hate that. Yeah, no.
I don't mind him as Commissioner Gordon, but everyone else in that show is just like no.
No, everything's just messed up from.
I don't like the Riddler in that show either.
They've done too much. And again, Bruce Wayne is this big, and all of the people who are supposed to be the same age as him are all
Well, some of the villains are supposed to be older than him.
Yeah, but not by that much.
Yeah.
Maybe he's short for his age.
He's 16, isn't he?
And the fact that when Gotham was being written, I'm going cool because it's going to be more of a crime drama with the crime families and not. Maybe we'll catch glimpses of little things.
or hints
from what I've heard, they're going.
They're going very.
They are very
villain.
and Bruce Wayne's a part of it.
Yeah, that's what I don't understand either.
Bruce Wayne should not be in the Gotham show. He's this big.
Yeah.
He has no influence. The Wayne Company can be in the show because they are clearly being run by, Well, no, but a CEO and
Yeah.
It's a major company.
The
Yeah,
company
yeah.
continues to run even though the people are dead.
I'm waiting for
It's a
him to
Tony
disappear.
Stark situation where
They're probably gonna have a
Tony
big
Stark
time
wasn't
jump.
ready to run the company yet. That's totally it.
I don't know.
The
In
ending,
my-
the ending episode for that series or that show will be Batman showing up,
Dun, 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 dun.
pretty much.
We'll see. We'll see what happens with Arrow. I mean, like,
But if you're gonna replace Arrow with something, same exact show.
Mm-hmm.
we'll see
Just-
how they're gonna have to write that off really really well though, because they've got a lot of connecting tissue between.
But in my
now-
brain, Arrow doesn't end. It just the show is over.
Yeah.
But when Arrow
He
needs
still
to,
does his
but when
stuff.
Arrow
He's
needs to
still
be
there.
on Flash, he's on Flash, and
Yeah.
when he's here, he's there,
Legends
and
stuff
yeah.
like that.
And I'm pretty sure Stephen Amell will be down for that kind of
Oh,
cameo appearances.
he's been very vocal about that role too.
Yeah.
Between all of the people in that CW verse.
And like he said, he had the most fun with this crossover stuff. But I feel like if his show is out of stories, they don't want a repeat of season 4, because season 5 is picking up steam.
Mm-hmm.
And on a high note, maybe do one more season. But you got like Arrow can't keep going.
Mhm.
It is
No.
not.
I would not like to see. I don't want to see it hit the 10 season mark.
No, it's
Like,
not Supernatural. Like,
No.
It's not Supernatural. Ugh, that's another.
Supernatural.
It's not Supernatural. It's not like.
Jerry Padalecki had his whole 2 minutes on Gilmore Girls.
Gotta watch it. Is it 2 minutes? It's not 30 seconds.
It's about 2 minutes because you
Bad.
find out what's happened to him.
Perfect. That's all I need to know.
But if
Did
you've
you
been
get
up
the
to-
time for him?
Hunting
Did
monsters.
Did you get the
No,
specific
I
time?
did not because we just kind of watched the episode.
That's
We
okay.
found time
I'll
to
scrub it.
watch. Yeah,
I'll
it's
scrub it.
it's closer to the middle point of the last episode,
I'll scrub through. That's fine.
and then same with
McCarthy.
McCarthy's appearance is almost right at the end of the episode.
That makes sense to me.
Yeah,
That's what people want to see is those two actors, really.
Yeah, and it ends in a cliffhanger.
Of course.
for another one.
The last 4 words, because that was the whole thing. That's how they started advertising right near when it came out.
Oh yeah.
Don't
right.
spoil the last 4 words.
Sure.
I know, and then you're sitting there going,
What could forward? Maybe I don't know
I
what happened.
killed a man.
No. Will you marry me?
Yeah, that's 4, but
It's not it.
I'm just. Someone
that's
else.
what I was thinking about too. to
That's
be
where my brain went. It's not that.
honest. So I should go watch it just for the last 4 words and then.
And then put them on.
tweet it.
Yeah, put them on
Hashtag it.
everything.
Hashtag it.
Last 4 words, and
Hashtag
then
it.
put the 4 words.
Okay.
And the 4 words are said between 2 people.
Well, that's weird.
So
See.
one person gets 3, one person gets 1.
See you later.
Why is this such a big deal?
Because it sets up for, like, you kind of go, oh.
A movie.
Do I need to have watched the entirety of Gilmore Girls to have that reaction? Or okay, good.
He's gonna
I-
think about this forever.
I am your father.
That would
No.
be it.
It's
I
said
am your
between-
mother.
So one,
I'm your mother.
two characters. This person gets 1 word. This person gets 3 words.
We're gonna look at this
That's the
later.
last
We're gonna
4
watch
words.
this later. We're gonna
We just
watch
want those last.
We're gonna
4
watch
words.
this later.
I
Like
can say them. I don't want to
See you
spoil
later.
it. Like, I'm not sure if you're a.
See you
Are you guys
later
gonna
and
watch it?
bye.
We're going to.
See,
I
I'm not
think.
spoiling it for him.
okay, so we'll go.
Brian, get out.
We'll spoil it for us because we could care
We'll
less.
have our conversation about that.
yeah.
And then Nick will
Gilmore
go so
Girl-
we can have our conversation about all the
About,
Arrow stuff.
Arrow
We'll have a Gilmore Girls spoiler cast.
But
And then
like,
you'll go and he can have his Titanfall.
No, CW spoilers.
We are
CW
slowly
spoiler
going away.
we'll all just one by one. But
While it's being filmed.
But because I did talk about Gilmore Girls last week, watching that last episode, it is that whole once you've seen all 4 of them, the whole arc is so much better because it
So it's better.
everything leads to these last, this
4
last
words.
45 minutes kind of thing.
Ah.
Not the last 4 words. The last 4 words are more of a like the show's over,
but
and then there's those 4 words, and you go, "Oh, you did not just do that," because you have like
I
they've
don't
left.
watch Gilmore
They've
Girls,
left
but
it over at a cliffhanger where you're going, you could have a season 2 of this Netflix thing.
you're in a coma.
3 words from one person.
Yeah, one person says 3 words, another person says another one, so it has to
you're
be like
in, and then coma.
someone finishes the sentence.
Yes. Finish my sandwiches.
Maybe it'll be like Han Solo will be like, I love you.
I know. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure, but that's not cliffhangery. We're trying to guess this.
This is-
one
no.
of one.
But it was because remember I said it was kind of disjointed.
Yeah.
because they were trying to go through winter, spring, summer, fall all in one. Like each episode got its thing.
So it's better
as soon as I hit fall and we finished fall, both of us kind of went like, oh, all right, now you kind of want to watch it.
Is winter the last one then?
No,
Or
it starts with
Fall's
winter.
last.
starts with
Fall's
winter.
the last
Falls.
one.
Okay.
Pay attention.
So that's the thing where
really,
once,
really.
once they're all together, it is. It's so the weaker episodes or the weaker pieces do kind of fit into place, and you go, oh, that's why they did this, or oh.
So
okay.
is it? It's kind of like the
Makes
last
you
season
want to
of.
watch it twice.
You want to go back and
It's
then
kind of like the last
watch it
season of
again.
How I Met Your Mother, then, right? Because
Yeah.
it's like each individual episode really sucks hard.
As soon
But
as it all unravels.
But when you
at
watch
the-
all of the last season of How I Met Your Mother as
Yeah.
a whole, it's like, oh, that's why that does that there, and
Oh, I
Yeah.
never
Okay.
finished How I Met Your Mother because I got bored.
you
with
should
it.
the last season.
yeah,
the
the last season
actually,
again, like each episode's kind of like weak.
if you binge it, it works really well.
Just the last season.
Yeah.
I don't have to watch the other.
No, well, I would watch the whole.
I'd watch them.
Yeah, because there's
If
a
you're
lot of
binging
like,
them, it goes really quick.
Oh, okay.
yeah, they're easy. It's a quick watch. It's
And
a
that's
super.
yeah, like Gilmore Girls is tough because it's 12 hours of 6 hours of show all because it's an hour and a half, hour and a
Yeah.
half, hour and a half, and the
Yeah.
last episode's an hour and 40 some minutes.
So like Sherlock.
Yeah,
like Sherlock.
So like Sherlock.
but they did. We're sitting there going through the last episode, and it's kind of getting to that point where you're going, this is supposed to be over soon, I think. And then you look, and they added an extra almost 20 minutes to that
Okay.
last episode to make
okay.
sure that so fall is like the longest one, but again, Netflix lets you
They have that option. They don't have rules.
know,
Yeah.
and I love that because you're sitting there
That's
going,
what's good. Yeah.
well, Daredevil sticks to it, and like those guys stick to it. It's like it's an hour-long
most part.
show,
Yeah.
give or take a couple minutes.
And that's the thing. Like they don't need to. worry
Gilmore
about-
Girls was like, we need another 20 minutes to finish this story. We're going to use it. Done.
Yeah.
Sure.
And they have those. They have that liberty.
And then I finally went online and got other people's reactions, and man, people are mad
Up with the last 4 words. Or just
about
the whole-
those, and
Wow.
just the show itself, because there is a musical bit in between one of the episodes.
Is
So
it
the
good?
small town.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert.
musical episode.
It's-
Hashtag Gilmore Girls
So the
musical.
small town itself is always quirky and weird stuff is happening. They decide to bring tourism in. They're going to open a musical about the small town, and it takes up about probably 15 minutes of airtime.
Mm.
And people are like, why did we have to get that piece of junk when we could have had this person's story and that person's story? And you're going, because that person's story is they grew up, had 2 kids, and lead a normal life.
Yeah. Done.
We
That
got all.
seems pretty good. Seems pretty standard.
And then the other part is not everything ends all hunky dory and happy.
Is it because the last 20
The
minutes
coma.
kind of thing?
It's not
The
even
food
last
co-
week.
I-
The coma.
It's that coma.
I have food coma. I can't put food coma.
But it is. It's,
I'm trying here.
it's more real life. Like, life does not always work out the way you want it
food
to.
Coma. You don't need to add I have food coma.
Yeah, I have food coma.
Everybody forgot how to speak properly. That's the last 4 words.
It's just 4 gibberish words put together.
I hit by car. I hit by car. See, look at that.
The world will end.
So and then someone's like, world will end.
And then Jared Padalecki comes up and is like, I was ready for this. I need to call someone. Call my brother.
Call my brother. Dean.
But yeah, it wasn't working out. People online are very like, it wasn't happy, and it wasn't this, and it wasn't that, and I missed this, and it should have had this, and then it's like, you
You're
got what
always
you
gonna
got.
get
You're
those
lucky
people.
for what you got.
Yeah, because I didn't actually think this Gilmore Girls revival was going to work.
No
Yeah.
one did think it was ever gonna happen.
Happen.
It's
All
like-
the
it's like
actors.
honestly, I'd be more surprised or less surprised if Friends
Yeah.
got its reunion rather than Gilmore
Yeah.
Girls.
And then this one again, and then Facebook did a Q&A with Alexis Bledel, Lauren Graham, and Scott Patterson. So the 2 Gilmore Girls and the guy who runs the diner.
Sure.
They
Sure, yeah.
they
Diner,
had
diner,
Yeah.
Diner.
If you
Food
watch
coma.
the first
Food-
episode,
Dude, ah!
Makes
Yeah,
sense.
that's it now. He gives them food coma.
It
all,
ties
it's all
together.
connected. It's hashtag connected. Hashtag food coma. Hashtag.
so if you
As
they
we
did a
wreck
Q&A,
Gilmore
a live
Girls.
Q&A on Facebook, and Facebook was on their thing going like, it's coming. The moderator, someone asked about something that happens on the show. So the Q&A was supposed to be about the new show. So what would you expect people to be asking about? The new show.
Mm-hmm.
Someone asked a question, the moderator threw it to the people.
Yeah.
the rest of the chat got like supremely pissed because they hadn't watched it yet.
Well, God damn it! Like,
And they're like, spoilers! So the rest of this Q&A on Facebook was spoiler free. They weren't allowed to talk about anything that happens on the new season.
See, I feel that's
Too bad.
And everybody, like, so people
Yeah.
on Reddit were like, what the hell was that? I want to know, like, why did they choose to do this? Why did they choose to do that? The exact reason for having
Exactly.
Well,
a
if you
Q&A
haven't-
about the new
if
show.
you haven't watched it all.
Why are you listening?
Yeah,
to
you're not. You're
Q&A?
obviously not a fan.
Yeah.
You haven't watched it all.
Yeah.
I feel like
Or
it's
if
like
you go into it, you should know we're going to be talking about stuff that has happened in
Yeah.
that 6 hours of a movie
it's like
marathon.
it's like buying a movie and then going straight to the making of.
Yeah.
It's like, this is how we made the final scene. I'm like, no, I haven't seen it yet. I'm like, no one does that.
No,
with a movie.
yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's, I'm sitting there. So now Facebook's trying to, the Facebook people are trying to kind of make up for it. So they've lost the Gilmore Girls, and now it's just the guy who runs the diner who's going to be answering questions later in the month.
Oh boy.
Because they're in a food coma.
Right.
Yeah.
It's all connected in real life.
It's all connected. But either way, just like the DC crossover thing, once you hit all 4 episodes, everything just kind of
Yes.
works out
I
together.
love it when that happens.
And it does. And
it feels almost like magic. It's almost like magic.
it almost
It's
is.
extremely satisfying.
Well, and especially
And
you
so
you
much
kinda,
payoff too.
Yeah.
That's the biggest thing. You make it through the first 3 episodes, and you're going, I'm not mad at it. I'm not happy with it. I don't know how to feel about it. And then the 4th episode's hit, and you're going, yeah.
And that's what I felt about the Arrow episode of the crossover. It's like, you know what? I never watched it. I don't feel super connected to all these characters that apparently are coming back for no reason.
Well, and that people are connected to on the internet like nobody's business.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it's like, okay, but taken as a whole, sure. There's a reason why this 100th episode reunion exists. It's more than just them getting these actors back. It makes sense as a whole.
Yeah.
And my understanding is the CW crossover event was taken quite well.
As far as I know, yep.
Yeah, no one has any huge complaints over it. I mean, there's always going to be some minor things,
I
but
mean, if Arrow does end, you can just bring him back for that.
Well, exactly.
for a
So if you-
crossover event, yeah,
Yeah.
exactly, and even make it him like sort of the focal point of it, so that he still has his his big
His
moments,
Arrow-
right?
His Arrow moments.
And that's what I mean. By the end of whenever Arrow does decide to end, Star City's now a safer place to be. It's
Mhm.
still not completely crime free, but he's now like
He's done his job.
he's done his job. He remains its guardian.
Yeah.
And who knows? Maybe like the whole meta-human
Yeah.
power thing will keep everything in check, right? The more meta-human, super good superhero meta-humans keeping an eye out on the world, because that's it's more of a global event. This CW crossover.
Because as long as they don't kill Arrow at the end of Arrow, which would be the dumbest move imaginable, he can.
Yeah.
He can come back for crossovers. He can come back for this. He can come back for.
Take his arm. It happens in the comic.
It does happen in the comic.
Mhm.
That'd be a pretty, maybe
Maybe that's how it ends. They take his arm.
well, there was a Legends of Tomorrow episode with
Yeah. old
Green-
Ollie.
yeah.
With a robotic arm, Ollie.
So I'm wondering how much of that future is true. So
Well,
Well,
in the comics,
you
that's-
weren't supposed to mess with the timeline, so
and in the comics, that's
Mhm.
that old Ollie is in the Batman versus Superman fight.
Mhm.
He's
it's
involved.
Superman
Yeah.
that did it.
But yes, but he's involved in that. That's what I mean. So it's like
It's Superman that
see,
ripped off his
it's-
arm.
It's all coming together. Batman. Lego Batman shows up.
See
That Lego
new
Batman
Lego
was-
Batman trailer?
that Lego Batman trailer or movie is gonna be wonderful.
Have you
Yeah.
seen all the like minifigs coming out for it?
No, but I don't want it spoiled.
Essentially, you know how like the Disney has the blind packs that you can buy?
Yes.
They have the blind packs just for Batman costumes.
Oh.
Sold.
And that's people are buying them, and it's just like pink fluffy bunny costume and this costume and that costume. Like they're out of this world, kind of dumb.
Sold.
And I'm like, this is the best thing ever.
I need to know what I
And
spend
again,
money
someone
on now.
other than Warner Brothers is doing a better job at a character movie than
Than
themselves.
There's a joke one too.
And it's a giant joke. I'm
Yeah.
Batman, and you're like,
And-
yes, you are.
And they even make fun of Batman versus Superman in the movie.
the greatest villain.
I currently don't have a
Superman is my greatest villain. He's not a villain. He's a hero. Then I have no villain.
Perfect. The only thing that could have made
Joker's
that,
face.
the only thing that could have made that better is if they got Mark Hamill to play the Joker.
He won't do it as much
No.
anymore.
No.
No.
But I feel his Joker belongs in the
A more
creep
serious.
factor serious Joker realm, especially the Lego Joker. He looks funky. He's kind of goofy.
They always
like
do. Like
yeah.
the
It does,
old
but
yeah.
Adam West.
Batman.
Yeah,
Joker.
have that kind of Joker
okay,
going for you.
okay, I see.
So that's what I mean. It's kind of like
He was a good Joker, that old school.
yeah,
Cesar Romero.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Cesar Romero.
ooh, you know. So,
Yeah.
but yeah,
That's-
DC.
So that's it, I guess. Then
For you?
I mean, for me, I went to Disney on Ice, but that's
Ooh.
Disney on Ice. Figure
I'm surprised
skating.
you didn't go to that.
Disney.
I don't do ice shows.
They had a
Disney.
car. They had a car.
Don't do ice shows.
They had a car sequence
Was
where they had
Marvel
car.
guys there?
No, it was all Disney.
It's all Disney.
So,
Disney is Marvel.
No, then
Marvel
it's
is Disney.
then it's Disney Marvel.
no,
This is
I
just
think if they're gonna
Disney.
do Marvel, they're gonna do Marvel on Ice, and I'll watch Thor
That would be
prancing
great.
around on figure skates any day.
That'd be great.
Captain America, or like Iron Man
Hulk.
hooked to stuff, like
The Hulk.
flies in and then does like
The
these
Hulk.
huge tricks in the
I
air.
like it.
The Hulk.
The Hulk's like 6 guys on skates.
Why?
Also, like,
Disney.
You know-
we can plan this for you.
You know that dinosaur.
Another good idea.
You know that dinosaur show with the dinosaurs that are like life size and
Oh,
real
yeah.
and walk around?
yeah.
You do that, but with the Hulk on skates.
Yes,
Yeah.
perfect. One man is one leg.
Right. And the rest of him is just animatronic up top. So all the people at the bottom have to do is skate properly. As his
They already
legs.
have the cars
Right.
to do animatronics. They had full size cars on Ice. It's
Yeah.
super weird.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've seen the commercials for it.
Disney-
I've been to
Mar-
Disney on Ice a long
Marvel
time
on Ice.
ago.
Let's do this. Marvel on Ice.
Marvel on Ice.
We'll start it.
Yes.
And then Star Wars on Ice.
Yes.
And then Indiana Jones on Ice.
Yes,
We've
yes,
got you guys
yes.
covered for a really long time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're
For-
good.
you got money until like 2030.
Yeah, never mind those movies. You
On
thought
Ice.
you thought those made you money. You just wait. The ice capades is where the money's really.
Yes. It's winter somewhere, everywhere.
Yeah.
So was that at Rogers?
Yeah,
Place?
no,
Or
it was
was it
at
Rexall?
It was at Rexall. Actually, at Rexall. Yeah,
Rogers had
it was Rexall.
hockey game.
Yeah, it was
That
at
was
the
that
Oil
hockey
Kings
game.
game.
I don't know when the hockey game. I don't
It
know.
was an
That's
Oil
nice.
Kings game. I saw the paper. I'm like, why is an Oil Kings game taking place as the Disney on Ice?
Because we have 2 big ice
And
rinks
I
now.
thought about that. I was like, oh wait, I gotta get used to
Benefits.
that.
We could have a permanent ice capades.
Permanent Disney on
Permanent
Ice.
Permanent
Disney
Marvel on
Marvel.
Ice.
Different season.
Every month it changes.
Yes.
So you don't do Disney on Ice. You do specific like
Disney, then
Moana
Marvel.
on Ice.
Yeah.
Ooh, yes.
You just do the
Yes.
movies on ice.
Yes, the whole movie.
Let it go. Look, it writes itself.
Yes.
Frozen is done.
More ideas.
Frozen was in it.
And that's not surprising, but you
Yes.
could do the entire movie of Frozen.
I don't
On
know.
On ice.
I would
Was
rather not.
Moana
See.
in it too?
No.
No,
Of course
because
not.
they got
Still
to
too
develop
fresh.
it. That'll be next year or the year
Next
after.
year or the year after, yeah. It's a little too green.
Yeah.
So yeah, other than that, just that's it. Pokemon, Titanfall 2.
Cool.
A little bit of Overwatch here and there, but that's about it.
Cool.
Pokemons.
Yeah, I'm gonna go play Pokemon. Gotta play Pokemon. And Pokemon Go. Go play Pokemon Go.
Got it.
Heroes of the Storm.
Yeah, we're gonna do
Gotta
another
convince
Heroes
him.
of the Storm night
You're not
soon.
going
Yeah,
to,
we gotta plan
so-
that out.
That was fun.
A little bit more.
You're never going to.
If I had another computer, we could totally like.
Come over here just to play.
Yeah.
Actually, that's not a bad idea.
My internet would die.
Oh,
Yeah.
because between going
Stream-
on
We'd be so
Streaming.
slow.
streaming
Online.
two online. Yeah, your bandwidth would be gone.
We'll just send you to Graham's house once he gets a new computer, and you can play over there
You play on his old one.
on his really junk computer. You're welcome, Graham.
Graham,
I don't want the junk computer.
we just need you for like 7 more games.
No, because some of us are trying to get all of that.
All of
stuff.
it.
We need 30 games played.
Come on, Tony. We can
No! No!
By the time he's in, he's like, "Yeah, 30 games, guys. 30 games. Let's
do it.
go."
Okay, let's go. Let's go.
No!
It does work against AI
You're a
too,
liar,
so we
no.
could like
Still,
do it against
liar.
AI. And...
What?
There wasn't a ditto.
I didn't say it was a ditto.
You said if I keep catching these things, a
Eventually, it
ditto
would be
will
a-
happen.
Yes, I said it eventually.
Eventually.
You did say. I did say eventually. You're correct.
Would you like to look up the word eventually?
No.
Time has not stopped at this moment.
So with that, everybody, I guess that's
Yeah,
all.
that's all we
we've
got going
for
on.
today.
If you like what you saw here, come check us out. We're on YouTube.
Yeah.
We're on the internet. We have a website. barrelrollnews.com. Don't forget to put www if you want to in front of that.
You don't have to.
You don't have to anymore. But
www.barrelrollnews.com.
So-
If you want to give us money, www.patreon.com/BrNN.
that's it, right?
Facebook, Twitter,
Facebook, Twitter.
YouTube. Like, subscribe, comment.
Share.
Fine.
Someone disliked one of our videos. Yeah, neat.
We'll go find them.
And I
We'll go find them. We'll hunt them down. We'll find them and we'll get them to play Heroes of the Storm. And we'll wreck them.
We'll get those likes back up with Heroes of the Storm.
We'll get them in the arena and we'll just whatever.
No, we'll just make them be on our team as our 5th person.
Yeah.
That's punishment enough.
we want like 1 game out of 7.
Maybe.
That poor 5th person. Like, at least we're in on the comedy bit of Tony and I knowing absolutely nothing about what's going on.
Half the time I'm clicking
then,
the
like,
screen. I don't know what I'm
Graham
doing.
and you hear Brian, I'm coming to heal you, I'm coming. And then Graham's like silent because he didn't have a microphone the whole time. So his character's like kicking all this butt the whole way through. And then there's Tony and I like, I'm dead again. And then this poor 5th person like, I don't know what to do.
Yeah, what are
It's also worth noting, I didn't realize until halfway through our games that this respawn timer was going longer and longer.
Every
Oh,
time.
yeah,
I didn't realize that until like
That's why you
2
don't
hours
want
in.
to die. That's why you attack, retreat, attack, retreat, attack.
Well, I just
retreat,
kept
attack.
attacking.
I know.
I didn't realize it was like, now I have to wait 60 seconds to spawn. I'm like, well, I'm going to go get water.
from a mountain spring with 3 ice cubes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All Appalachian, please.
So with that, everybody,
Yes, thanks for coming.
thanks for watching.
We will
Thanks
see
for
you guys
listening.
soon.
Yes. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.